and then I pooped on her.
Oh my god. Of course.
I
Hey
couldn't help myself.
guys. Do we got Rosemary still in chat?
Oh, I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't. Oh, because you gotta. Yeah, it sucks on your phone.
I know. I should go on my how do you guys do it on the computer?
Well, I'm on my phone right now, but
I'm on my phone.
Oh wait, no, I can see it.
you can push the chat, yeah, and then
Mr. Share.
Just
Oh,
can't
hi
type in
guys.
the
I
chat.
see them.
Hey Sky. Sorry for embarrassing you by pinning your comment, but it was good.
Aw, how sweet are these guys?
Hey Angela, John, Callie, Haiti, my purple butterfly, Stacy.
I love how you know everyone. Aw.
Beth, are you gonna come up here? I'll send you the link just in case.
Hey, is Megan gonna come?
Yes, Megan J will be here.
Okay.
Yeah, she's I don't see her in here yet, but yeah, she has a link. She'll be here. Oh,
I'd
hey
love
Lottie, Cat.
Aw.
Oh, Foxy's in there. Okay. Hey, we got Weezer in here. Does anybody know whatever happened to Real Justice?
Yeah, I haven't seen him around in quite a while.
Yeah, he disappeared when Nate moved. Dun, dun, dun.
They took the boat and they went on the. Something ain't right.
Callie Ann. No, okay. That's definitely something that stands out to me. I didn't realize until recently. Nate's house was already up for sale before the murders.
Mm-hmm.
So he moved. I just found out the old lady that I posted that camera video of yesterday, she moved just weeks after. And like one or two other neighbors moved too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very bizarre. All neighbors that have all been questioned in the case also.
Yes.
So I was not aware of that until watching all the body camera from the police department. That thank you for Dr. B for sharing.
Does Dr. B have the whole entire footage?
Yeah, she uploaded. She went and paid for everything. Her and her sister, I think a couple of them went in on it, if I'm not mistaken. Armchair Detective, Dr. B, I think possibly Nessa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure, but yeah, they drove to Colorado over the summer and went right to the Frederick Police Department, paid a lot of money for the files.
You have to pay for it?
Yeah, oh yeah, they paid a couple grand for it.
Why though? It's free. It's public.
So that we can put our thoughts and opinions out there based on whatever the so-called facts are that they're running the investigation and stuff. That's why it makes no sense that we're all told to be quiet, but everyone's doing their thoughts and opinions off of discovery.
Yeah, but I don't understand why anyone would pay $2,000 for like a public. This case is public, correct? It should be free. All of this information should be free. It's under the Freedom of Information Act. I mean,
that's right. But people, and I've heard other people going there and paying for it too. And I've actually heard of two different prices that have been paid for these through the police department.
Get out. Why?
Yeah. Yes, guy, 2,500. It was, yeah. And I heard they actually paid more than what I heard the other people paid. I think was like 1,300, and Dr. B and them ended up paying like 25 or something like that. Yeah.
What was the rationale? Because it's that long?
I don't know. I guess just another way to get money on this case, because I've never heard of paying for discovery files.
I mean, I know sometimes you have to pay like $15-$20. I think in the Michael Long case, people threw down like $20 to get the entire file before it was sealed. But 2,000? It's crazy.
Yeah, over 2,000. Hey, Shan.
Hey, what's up, Shan?
1 second.
Yeah, 2,500 is pretty damn steep, if you ask me.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Something ain't right about. I feel like Nate. Something ain't right about that. I was talking about making T-shirts with Nate's picture, and then saying he ain't acting right.
I do like that. Hey, thanks, West Haven. Oh, hey, Jamie. This is about a different Watts. I know in your live earlier you said some other Watts name, and I was gonna Google and I forgot. What's Angelina say? Did they get that? Oh, that's a good question. The thing is things were redacted right as Dr. B and them were going to, like, they knew they were on their way to come and get these files, and all of a sudden things were redacted from the files, but yet they still paid that. Yeah.
Oh my God. So they never got the original discovery with the
right
200 pages, quote unquote. Okay.
I don't think so. Hey, Dave. When are you ever going to panel up? Nate is now Nicole. That is crazy. Okay. I did not realize that not very many people don't know their neighbors like I do. I think that's very weird. All the comments I can get. No, I don't know my neighbors. What?
I do.
Am I overly friendly then, or what? Because I know everybody.
I don't know any of my neighbors. I mean, I know them to see them, but that's it.
You're a guy, unless you're my husband, and he's like the Yenta of the neighborhood. So
he's like neighborhood watch.
He is.
Hey, Tammy. Every time I see you, you make me miss my family. My my mom's maiden's name is Barnes. I would have had a very horrible name if my mom didn't marry my dad. Sherry Marion Margarine Barnes.
Oh my God.
Margarine?
Yeah, shut up.
You were giving me shit for my middle name and your middle name.
No. So bad. Damn. I thought I told you that. Now I regret just saying that.
Oh, you have people.
I can't believe it's not butter.
My nickname they used to call me Butter.
What?
Don't ask.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I hate
people like that.
Were those kids that give you the nickname?
Yeah, mean kids. They would say kids. Butter spreads easier, but they're wrong. Margarine actually does.
I hate kids sometimes, I swear.
Yeah, they're
God forgive me.
Very odd if you live that close and don't know your neighbors. That's what I'm saying, but she also was selling shit.
Yeah.
And I just can't see how people can say the lights were always off. It looked like nobody even lived over there. They never saw her. But she had, what was it? I'm sorry. Did she have it wasn't Lyme's. What was it? Lupus, right?
Lupus, yes. She had.
But didn't she always talk about how she was going for walks and stuff?
No. She said she was going to go. I've seen most of her lives, and I've only seen her say that a couple of times she's going to take the kids to the zoo, and that was a crazy day out for her. It was her husband. I mean, it was Chris Watts, that was always exercising, and I don't know if she left the house, to be honest with you, besides her trips.
But that's weird.
Yes, extremely. If you watch a lot of the footage, usually I've seen her once. There was a Christmas fire station thing where they got to meet Santa. She is walking the kids down the road, and there's a whole bunch of neighbors out to meet Santa. So I'm not sure how that one neighbor never saw her in his life or her kids.
Yeah. Okay. That brings me to what else is weird about that video. So the cops are questioning this guy who right away says, I've never seen that woman in my life. You didn't even hesitate or even think about it for a minute, which is fucking weird. But then that guy's wife walks up behind him. If this at this point is a missing persons case of a pregnant woman and 2 toddlers, right? Why did they just let that woman stand behind her husband silent and not ask her, hey, what about you? Like, she was the same age, probably, it looks, judging by that man, that Chris and Shanann would be. Why did she get to stand there silently and not get asked anything? Had she ever seen her?
She didn't say a word either.
Weird. They didn't question her at all. But for a missing pregnant woman and 2 missing toddlers, why aren't they asking every single person? If there was 20 people in that house, I'd ask them all the same question.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay! Hey, weirdo.
Aw, Megan.
Hey, Megan.
Can you hear?
Doesn't want to talk to us.
Sorry, forgot about the mic.
I have to mute for a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Yeah, that I think they're all paid off if you want my conspiracy theory.
There you
I
go.
love a good conspiracy theory.
I think Dwayne went around with a stack of 50s. I told True Tam that.
Megan, all I'm asking, I guess, just for, because you know how the strikes are going, I just said maybe for the R side that we don't use first and last names or something like that. First names are not copyrighted. You can't copyright the name Frankie. Sorry.
So I can say Dwayne, right?
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say all first names or initials are fine, but just for that one side of that, just for that family. That way they can't come for us.
Okay.
Because I want Megan J to be able to speak freely when she's on this channel, and she always has to hold back because people are assholes.
I would like to hear her.
Megan, what do you think about
Michelle? Hi, nice to meet you. By the way.
Nice to meet you.
Michelle?
I don't have a picture yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering. Well, you know what's funny? Sherry, you know how I always go on. Well, I don't know if you know that, but sometimes I'll go on Shan's lives, and you know they always do like goofy pictures.
Yeah.
Like weird names. Well, I had one set up and I was like in a hurry to get here and I almost like clicked on it and it was like a really goofy picture with like not my name. And I was like, oh my God, no. So I had to change it real quick. I'm like, oh crap.
That's when I went on Tanya's and it said itchy veg.
Oh my God.
Everyone asked, are you a vegetarian?
Oh my gosh.
I thought of something dirty. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Well, it was dirty.
That's probably why it was itchy.
That's why it was itchy. Yeah.
Just mute me.
No, but well, actually, really, to be honest with you, I don't really even talk about them that much, so it'll probably be all right.
Okay.
So, awesome. But I'll say the R's. Is that okay?
Yeah, just say the R's. Yeah.
The R's.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So what were you guys talking about? The neighbors, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very, very weird. There was one thing I was going to put on my comment share, and it was, did you notice how a couple of, well, as far as I know, at least 2, but everyone seemed to just get back from being out of town? Like, is that like a busy, maybe because it was
holiday weekend,
Labor Day or something, or close to it or something? I don't.
And it was August 13th.
Well,
it was August 13th, not 28th, right? So, yeah. So there's that one guy neighbor that you put in your video share that, and he said that he was out of town and his mom was watching the dogs or something like that, or the kids. Dogs, yes. Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I got those confused, but something like that. And then there's the other lady that had the almost same last name as the W's. This is so silly. Okay.
You can say Watts, I think, right?
Yeah, well, only for the R side, Megan. Am I doing that?
Okay.
Because the Watts, I don't think care because I kind of somewhat defend their side. So just for the R side, just code for that side.
Okay. I'm just gonna say okay. I was gonna have an argument, not with you, but with just in general about it. But I'm not even gonna go there. So, so the one lady that had the same last name as I think they were the Watt family. It's almost the same. And she had just come back from out of town too. So I'm like, why are all these people that live in this neighborhood like just coming back from out of town? Like, how convenient. And they didn't see anything because they just came back from town. I don't know, just something I noticed about that I was going to put in my comment, but
yeah, that is so weird. Hey, Dr. B, love ya. What you reading, girl? Probably Watts stuff. Never mind.
Oh, that's who she is. True psych ward. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny, Megan, because I was going over all of the footage and the discovery and stuff, and I actually, when I was watching that couple in the park, and he said no inclination, I had to rewind that probably 50 times. I'm like, what the hell? That is so bizarre, because that's a word I actually had to a year ago ask Tanya what the hell it even meant, because that's not a word I hear all the time. But that word's found a lot for some reason with these people in this case.
Oh,
No
say the
inclination.
word again. Oh, inclination.
Inclination. They say
Yes.
we've had no inclination, and then I can see how, for a minute, I was gonna be like, Megan J, maybe Tanya is in on this.
That's funny that I thought of that too. I was like, what's going on here? No,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've personally never used that word before.
Mm-mm.
But there's some people that have said that it's a really common word, and then there's some people that said it's not a common word. So, but it's not really the fact that it's common; it's that they both used it in the wrong context. Like, how do you
that's
go?
true.
Well, go back and give an example, because, like I said, I just started with this case in October, so I'm not as well versed as you ladies. What was
Are you talking about when they use the word?
Yes. If you don't mind.
Oh, okay. So, well, you have Chris on the porch, the sermon on the porch thing, and he says, "I have no inclination where they're at right now."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
And then you have Nick and Amanda Thayer giving their interview in the park, and he said, if I would have had any inclination that that Chris had committed these murders or whatever, I would never let him have stayed in our home with our daughter.
So, all right. My problem with that is I have to call bullshit. I don't know these people. However, if one of my friends, their husband, whole family was murdered or disappeared or whatever, I don't care if I thought he was innocent or not. That guy's getting a hotel for the night. He's not coming to sleep in my house with my kid.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
I would drive him to a hotel, maybe, whatever. Oh, what up, Raphael?
So those were the two: inclination and just that is bizarre that they're using.
I mean, can it happen if they like hang out with each other all the time or something? I mean, possibly, but it just, like I said, again, used in the wrong context is what was weird about it. And then you have, sorry about the rooster. Then you have, which is weird because you have a coder that says he says inkling, which is in the correct context that you're supposed to use the word. And I can't remember exactly what he said to give you that example, but it was in his interview with Chris. And then later, Chris uses the word inkling. So it's like, why didn't he use the word? I don't know. It's just very weird.
Yeah, there are a lot of weird, I won't say weird, but coincidences that aren't coincidences. I don't know. There's a lot in my opinion, I think the media is playing on this, like, to make more money each time something comes out, like a Netflix doc, or in the very beginning. Like, I didn't follow this case. I saw it in 2018 and I stayed away from it. I was like, oh no, kids murdered, not going there.
Right.
But the more I look at this case, because my first degree was in radio, television, and film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not really. You don't get paid. So I'm a nurse now.
Well, it sounds fun, at least.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the industry, but good news does not sell. So a story like this, that's sensationalized, is immediately, I think, was it SA that told NA to call the news crew to be there the next day, and they were there in the house. That to me is odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our narrative that's being pushed. And so the majority of, your CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, they all have narratives going back for years and years and years. And we all know that there's maybe, I don't know, 1/4 of the truth in the news. Some of the news, I mean, there has to be some fact in news, but the majority of it is.
Oh, hey, Christina. I'm an idiot. You're so kind. Thanks for swinging by, sweetheart.
Oh, are we being called idiots? Are you?
Yeah.
I'm confused. What's going on?
Like,
Yeah,
is
there's
there?
four
Oh,
of
this
us here.
Kelly's little moderator right there. You know, the advocate. The advocate's moderator right here coming
Oh,
in here.
Kelly, the crazy woman.
No, hey, we won't say that.
Oh,
but,
I'm sorry. The
just
exuberant.
Kelly. Yep, just Kelly.
Kelly's very got a very
But anyway,
strong
she works for
personality.
an avocado advocate, whatever. This Christina, and she's in here calling people idiots.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
lovely.
that's real grown up, Christina. Good job.
Thanks for the
fake
view.
news. Fake news. There's
Yeah. So anyway, no, I agree, Michelle. I agree about the media, and I mean, what happened to? I mean, I don't know if it was ever like this, but you used to be able to just turn on the news and get news, as far as I know.
yes and
but
no.
I
Yes
mean,
and no.
yeah. So it's probably been like this for years, but
yes. More than you. My husband was military. And I was about to. I didn't want. Go ahead. Keep going. I hate to interrupt.
Oh no, go ahead.
My husband was in the military, and so it's better now, but he worked the Persian Gulf, and there was something called the Starkey incident. I don't know if anyone even knows. His sister ship, I was almost about to say shit, sorry. During the Persian Gulf War, blew up, and they were actually friends of his, and he had to pull the bodies off. It's called the Stark incident. And when that occurred, it didn't hit the news till 5 months later. And he said that happened with a lot of stories. He said now it's like 3 weeks behind, a month behind some of these stories. And he said, and a lot of it wasn't even, he said the truth wasn't even told. He said, that's not the way that it happened. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, me being like, oh, I trust everybody. I thought at least with military, in wars and stuff, they told the truth. Nope.
Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah, it's been going on for a long. That was back in the late 80s, early 90s, I believe, when that happened. So it's I was reading a comment.
The news it's definitely, they're there to either push a narrative or to push some sort of propaganda. And it sucks that you can't just turn on the news and just get the news anymore. But a lot of people do still feel like they can and are getting real news. And unfortunately, we're just not. And you kind of have to, I mean, a lot of the information you're probably not going to be able to vet yourself, but you just have to decipher which ones are real and which ones are to push an agenda or false. So pretty much just be careful which ones you want to believe or pick which ones you want to. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And all the news outlets, or most of them, are owned by the same high up people, same companies.
Yes. There you go. Right there. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And if you'll notice with a lot of the stories, they'll push this narrative, just push and push and push and push and just push it into our brains. And then once they're done with that narrative, that's it. You won't see them pushing hard questions or asking hard questions. You won't see them, asking any questions that go against the narrative in these news conferences. They're, as far as I know, there's limited to a certain amount of questions that they're allowed to ask.
Yes.
And that's why you see a lot of independent journalism. You'll see them pushing the questions that they should be asking.
Correct.
Where the mainstream media is not going to do that, because they know what they're limited to and how far they can go. So it's telling.
You're absolutely correct on all of that. And then the only way you semi find the truth is if you go to the independent journalists and you look online. You can find some of it on Facebook, some of it on YouTube, but it gets censored again. You have to be quick, because it'll get pulled down depending on the narrative and what they're And a lot of and I hate to say this, the majority of the people watching the news, I mean, it's called social influence and persuasion is the term for that, where it's basically a form of brainwashing in a sense. And a lot of people don't think twice to fact check or to, go to, journal articles or, even in medicine with the whole COVID, they're not going back to fact check a lot of things. And a lot of those articles were wrong about the virus. That's just one example right there. And I'm a nurse and I get the research-based articles that come to my email, and I subscribe to, it's something only for nurses where you can look up the research that's done and the statistics and, how many people died and what they're using and what's, debunked and what's been true. And a lot of times.
Yeah, I think I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No. A lot of times.
Oh, I was just going to say that I heard there was an interview that I listened to with one of the main channels that I watch. He always has good people on, but it was a medical doctor, and he mentioned the same thing that you did. Like, he can go and look up, as far as like prescription, like medications go and stuff. Like, he said that they don't have a lot of time to actually go and see what the pharmaceuticals are actually putting out and see if they're actually good or not. So, and they just, so pretty much like in a nutshell, they just have to like hope that it's good. I don't know. So
yeah, they get,
see what I'm saying? Like, so he said that he
kickbacks.
actually went to it and went to that, whatever you were speaking
Correct.
about, where they can go and look up the information all about it. And so, yeah, that's interesting.
The PDF.
I do have a question for you though.
Oh, go ahead.
Since you know about the media and stuff, because a lot of people have argued with me about this, and because I've always, you mentioned it earlier, but how quickly the media were focused on this case and how quickly they came out as soon as Nicole Atkinson or NA, sorry, whoever was to call the media that had to convince Chris to call the media. Like,
right.
The question is how quickly or what's the likelihood of them going, oh, okay, she's only been missing for, 12 hours or however many hours or a day. Like, what makes them choose which ones are going to go and cover and which ones are not? Like, to me, it seems like unless they know that there's a serious story or that someone's actually really, really missing, or I can't see the news outlets going out there and having them go out there and do that, I guess.
I've been saying the same thing as what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do they know which ones to pick to make a media frenzy like this? It almost does seem all set up.
Yeah.
I can't get over somebody never getting in trouble before to murdering his whole family and then not getting an attorney. Ronnie Watts and Cindy Watts, of all people, would be smarter than that.
Yes.
There's no way. But
they
kept him away from his parents for 93 days.
Yes.
Come on. There's something up with that.
And they actually stopped when in the, I know you guys know this, but in the interrogation in our interview, when Ronnie said, well, we're going to have to get you a lawyer, they came right in.
They stopped the interview right there. Yep.
Yes.
Just like in the movies, huh?
Just like in the movies.
Just like in the movies.
But I mean, so going back to that really quick. So is that, I mean, to me, I can't see them, like if I called because, because Cher was missing or something for 12 hours. If I called the news outlets, to me, I feel like they would laugh at me and be like, so what do you want us to do about it?
Right.
Like, so there's,
call so again after 24 hours.
Yeah. Here's my I don't have a whole lot of expertise on this. Like I said, I didn't work in the field for too long, but I did major in it. I will say there's people that give tip lines to news stations, okay, on stories that sometimes police call, sometimes insiders call, and it has to be quite a few people or people who can base it with facts, like, oh, this woman has been missing. We think there's something more with the husband. You got to remember, he worked for a big oil company, Anadarko. And they were in the middle of a merger, and there was also a political, what do you call that? I can't even talk tonight. Political movement going to stop the oil company from drilling so close to people's houses. And because of
you're talking about the Proposition 112?
Yes. And so this case overshadowed all of that. And I will tell you that there are people who get paid to call in tip lines for certain things. you know, for the Black Lives Matter movement, with it, where you saw on Facebook that there were actual people setting up stuff for people to destroy and, you know, throw rocks or concrete or whatever it was into buildings.
Oh, the brick. Yeah, the brick
yes,
thing.
Yeah, sorry. I am so brain dead. Don't go past 2 children is all I have to say. But you know what I mean? So there are people who see those things and they call in, and I never saw any of that on the mainstream news. That was all on, you know, independent sites, and it was all hush hush, you know. But if you look behind the scenes, you can see what's really happening. But they definitely amped up the, oh, look, they're destroying, you know, homes and streets, and it was horrible. But that really wasn't the case. There were people who were undercover who were doing things that they, I don't want to be.
No, yeah, no,
I
see what you're saying. I totally do. That's a whole like other,
right, the whole other thing that I have no business. I just feel like I have no business talking about, if that makes sense. I only saw what I saw, you know, as an independent fact checker, going online and seeing these other people who I knew, and they were in the streets filming it, and I was like, oh my God, that's what's happening, not what's on the news. And so there are people that actually tip off the news to things like that, but things like that don't actually make it. Does that make sense? But stuff like this and this particular murder, it all made it. Every single, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose that him being, you know, a middle class white male helps, but I mean, like Sharon and I have talked about it before. Like, people go missing every single day. Like, what makes, you know, one person any less or any more important than another person? So I mean, obviously I know that money has stuff to do with it. Like,
follow the money. Yeah, follow the money, follow the crime. Yes.
So I was just, to me, it just seems like it was really quick to have all those news stations out there. So well, I mean, I'm just talking through, like, as far as, I don't want people to think I'm like flip-flopping or anything. I'm just speaking through the narrative, because like I've always had one theory and it's always been the same theory. I've never changed it once. But so I'm just speaking through, I guess, the narrative, I guess, if that makes sense. But
yes, it's the truth. They are following a narrative, whether it's a pre-scripted narrative, shall we say, let's allegedly, you know, or it's just, I feel like there's a lot of money involved in this. To me, oil and gas industry is huge. And so you look at that, and then you look at what was going on at the time that this hit. And this,
I made a whole, have you seen my video on that I did about the Proposition 112?
No, I have not. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, because that's funny that you bring that up, because that I personally think that has to do, as far as Anadarko's side goes. I think that is a huge factor in it, because what are the odds that Chris would, in the months leading up to the murders, what are the odds that Chris was planning to murder his entire family at the same time that Anadarko was could possibly lose like billions of dollars? And you know, not just Anadarko, like the oil and gas companies in general. It just, and a lot of people have argued with me, and I'm not saying that it's factual and this is why, but I'm just saying that it's, the timing of all of it is suspicious. So it's something to keep in the back of your mind for sure. Like,
and they asked him too, do people come and check up here ever? And he said, oh yeah. I just don't get that either, why he would put the children there knowing that they were going to get found in there. Even if he wasn't caught for this, people were going to find the children in there.
Right.
It's not like they wouldn't do DNA and find out that that's his kids. He would put them there knowing eventually he's going to go down for it anyway.
Right. It doesn't.
I don't get it.
The whole premeditated thing makes absolutely no sense to me. He just, I mean, if that's the case, he's the stupidest murderer I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, I haven't met many murderers. I mean, you know. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure I've met any murderers.
I haven't met any, but this is the stupidest I've ever seen. You know, that was really what was going. I mean, if you take the emotion out, the heinousness of this crime, and you look at it objectively, which a lot of people especially when there's children involved, have a hard time doing, is getting out of their emotional mind and going into a logic and rational mindset to view this case. So
yeah, I agree. You have to. You just can't. You can't let your emotions get to you, because you're not going to find facts with emotions. Like, or having a biased opinion on anything. You're
Hey,
not.
Kim,
Like,
I just learned that yesterday or the day before. I sent
oh,
that to Kim.
Kim,
I couldn't believe it. $6 million. That's why the house can't sell. That's why the house can't sell, because there's a $6 million lien on that fucking house.
so
How
what?
did they put a lien on the house that wasn't there?
Right.
It's crazy. Crazy.
How is that? So True Tam, expand on this.
Okay, so what happened was the R's filed a wrongful death suit on
Right.
Chris Watts. They won that. That house is in Chris Watts's name. So when they were trying to sell that house, they wanted some money on it. I guess that's the only thing they could put the lien
Right.
in. But
Right.
now also they're getting the over $500,000 life insurance.
Yes.
And mind you, all of this is only the R's fighting for it and making damn sure that the Watts don't get any, which
Correct.
makes no sense to me. They didn't ask to be involved in this. They lost their grandchildren too, and now they've lost their son. I'm not sure how they're basically being held accountable of being like the murderers and being said they're not entitled to anything. That's bullshit.
Yeah, they did not do this. Whether he
There's
was involved or not.
one money hungry fucking family involved in this.
Yes. I've never seen a family go in the comments of YouTube creators and
I've never seen anything like it.
No, me neither. And trust me, I haven't been in true crime, but I've been in the YouTube world for a little bit, and I have never in my life seen anything like this. Why would you? I would be grieving. I mean, I was a hospice nurse. Yeah, I mean, grief has no timeline, but 2 years out from, especially from a trauma, heinous crime, I wouldn't even be able to turn anything on.
Tam, really quick, how quick after they sold all Shanann and the kids' stuff too, the R's? How quick after was that? Wasn't it just a couple weeks? And they sold all her shit. They said it was to charity, but guess what? I believe there was like Kim has a video. I'll find what video.
Okay. Wow.
And it looks like it was stuff. The stuff was actually. It looks like they actually got some money for it. Is all I'm gonna say. But yeah.
Well, there were fundraisers and the GoFundMe's and I've never said, and Netflix, of course.
Hey, AJ.
I've just never seen anything like this in my life. I mean,
yeah, they said they don't mind not getting paid for this house right now. It's so bizarre. And you guys, grass doesn't grow there. It's weird.
Since when does a bank not care if they make money on a house, though?
Right. I know, that is so weird.
Right, exactly. She said the bank supposedly doesn't mind sitting on this house. Okay, what? Who's going to pay the $6 million lien on the house that nobody wants to begin with? I don't understand.
Well, if they won that $6 million suit, then that makes sense. The lien goes on all of Chris's property. Everything that's in his name has a lien on it.
Right.
Okay, that does make sense, but still, all the more reason to sell the fucking house.
Right.
Well, you can't if there's a lien on it. That's the
But
problem.
it's them. Why wouldn't they want that house to sell to get some money, though? That's what I'm saying. They're the ones that have the lien on it. Let them fucking sell the house so they get their damn money then. I mean.
Well, they can only get them. Here's, maybe I'm wrong. If they sold the house for $400,000, that's all they're going to get towards that $6 million, correct?
You know that they bought that house for, I think, was it three something? And now they have it listed for over 6 something. So they're trying to profit it just because it's like a famous house, but it's a murder house. Nobody wants that.
No.
They can't even.
I bet there's a few people watching this stream that would love to buy that house.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
People are so into this. Like, oh my God, I'm living in this house.
Actually, Zach Bagans should buy it.
I couldn't. I just couldn't.
Sandy out the line. Wait, what?
Sandy had
Oh, she put the lien on it. Yeah, of course she did.
Yeah, but that's what I don't understand. Like, if there's a lien on the house, it should still be able to sell if somebody wants to buy it. They just get whatever money the house is worth, correct or no?
Wait. So,
Am I wrong?
So is Denver News and stuff? Are they the ones reporting all this about the lien and the 6 million? And
yeah,
where we're getting this information from?
Yeah, I'll send you. I thought you would have seen the link. Kim just did a video on it today also, but I'll send you the link too. It was in my Google feed yesterday. But yeah, Denver 7 did a article on it just 2 days ago.
And notice how they're covering this, but they don't cover anything else that's been going on in the case with any of the inconsistencies or anything. Like, we're not all idiots. There's obviously something wrong with this case. Right. So why isn't the mainstream media covering it? Because they can't. Right. Because they're pushing narrative, and they're pushing a narrative right now, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yes. And the bullies and the trolls and the people saying, you don't know anything. And really, I mean, I'm sorry, but thousands of people cannot be wrong. You look at the discovery and you look at the camera footage and it doesn't add up.
They don't care. All they care about is the one family, and they're just anyone who says anything about them, they get.
Yeah, I see that.
Look at that. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure the R's would rather have their daughter and grandchildren. I bet you the Watts would too, dummy.
That's what I'm just. Yeah, I was just gonna say that, babe. Like, yeah, you think they don't want their son back? You don't think that Jamie doesn't want her brother back, and the kids, like, you don't think that they want their brother back, or they don't want their grandchildren back? I don't understand people that think like you.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. These people didn't ask for this. No matter what it is that Chris is guilty of, it's not his family that is guilty of this.
Correct.
I just don't get people that think like you. You're not even welcome on this kind of platform, honestly. You're too close-minded.
No self-awareness there. Sorry.
My personal opinion, I think the Ruseks are going on because, oh crap.
What's up? Can you run this account?
I said I didn't say that. Anyways, the R's are going on because they're trying to cause division between people. That's what they want. They want us fighting. They want us divided. They don't want us to think logical and rational. They just want us to think with our emotions and be one-sided. And it's either you're on this side or you're on that side. You can see what they're doing. They're going on to channels that support them, and then they're going on to other channels that don't, and putting them down and mocking them and laughing at them and encouraging the other channels and saying, good job, that was so funny that you made that video, ha ha. It's what, like, I mean, number one, who does that? I mean, obviously they do, but
that's what I said before. I've never seen that before. Even, I mean, not that I followed true crime, but Lacey Peterson is an example. I didn't see her parents anywhere in the news, not that there was a whole lot of social media back then, but I don't see it now, even with Scott Peterson coming up for, what did he get, a trial? I don't even know what happened. See, that's so good. But I just don't see any of their family, even the McCains, I mean, and the Joan Benet Ramsey case. There's a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, I know. I agree.
I don't see them in comments on YouTube channels. And some of these people, the family members are still alive and they could come on, but they're not.
Yeah. And then they're, trying to get people to stop talking about the case if you don't go along with the narrative. And to me, that's really, actually, it's very telling to me, because it's okay for you to talk about the official narrative and what we believe, but it's not okay to talk of conspiracy theories or any of the inconsistencies in the case. So it's not okay. So why are they trying so hard to shut people up? Like, that's
right. And they're trying to pass a law, but it doesn't make any sense, because if that law passed, then nobody could talk about any true crime ever again. So it's not going to pass.
That'd be pretty stupid.
It's limiting your free speech. It makes no sense. And you don't need money to pass a law in Congress.
Thank you. Someone else finally said it. I've been saying that the whole time. Lawyers do not write laws. They practice law. You cannot hire a lawyer to make a law.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, by the way,
that
keep watching. I'm sure you'll all see soon. I heard around the grapevine that Frank Jr. has a new ride, a custom-made ride. So watch the pictures, guys. You know, not too long after now the GoFundMe that
the
he
10 grand he made off of that. Probably more. Who knows?
He made 11 grand off the third one. Yeah.
The third one? Oh my
Yeah. The first one he did, he made 98 grand of the 100 grand one. Oh yeah, he ain't doing bad. And that was just last year, by the way. Did you all know about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. I have screenshots of it. I'll post it.
How much do you think he's made?
Oh.
At least 110.
I mean, God forgive me, but I went on his social media one time, and all it was like watching a propaganda feed for the Netflix documentary over and over and over and over. I'm like,
yeah, and you'll notice too. That's a good point, because you notice too that they kind of backed off of doing their whole division thing and going onto channels, social media channels, as right when the Netflix documentary came out. They're pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Because how dare they sit there and say, you can't talk about the case, you can't talk, and then give the pictures, the family pictures and Shanann's videos to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
And then go on your channel and then actually promote it. And it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, Tammy's asking you to give her a link to the live. I don't know.
Yeah, I sent it, but everyone has to be respected. I don't care who has beef with who. It gets checked when you come into this chat. I don't care.
Oh, you mean with Tammy?
Yeah, everybody. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Cher, I have no inclination what you're talking about.
I don't have any inclination either. I don't have an inkling of what you're saying, but I'm gonna get on my boat with Nate.
Megan, that reminds me too. That same couple before the interview where they're sitting on that bench, they do another little interview there. It looks like they almost forget what they're supposed to say. It's weird. Like they forgot the script.
I think I just saw what you're talking about. They're like kind of like just standing there. They're not like on.
Yeah, and it's like he forgets what he's supposed to say, and he looks at her, and she kind of looks, and it fucking gave me weird vibes. I rewound it a few times, and to me, it's almost like they forgot what they were supposed to say and started making up things.
Yeah, well, and I just noticed in their interview too that I never noticed before is and this will come up in the future. With a future video that I'm going to make, but they say in the interview that they were the ones that chose to have the interview at the park, and I thought that was strange.
Oh, the players?
You'll find out why.
Oh, the
but
teams.
Have you noticed like in the park there's a lot of like the mistress had her interview, her first one in a park, and then the couple had their interview and they wanted to do it in a
park,
not do it in a park, but they wanted to do the interview in the park, where it's like crickets and it's loud and it just yeah. But you'll see in the future. That's a whole other thing. But yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, this has been about money from the get-go. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh yeah. Now that I slow down the interrogations and everything and I watch it, it's so in your face that the only thing they care about is how Shanann's going to look to the public. That's it.
And money.
Yeah.
Well, money. And money,
because
money.
America's sweetheart is what they're trying to turn her into be.
Right. Yeah. And everybody is human. She was a fallible human being. She had issues, and you can't paint her in that light because, in my opinion, people are going to be like, all right, nobody's perfect. What's the deal?
Yeah, exactly. You can't expect to put out her entire, she put her entire life on social media, and then to make that available to the public and to think that nobody is going to scrutinize her whatsoever is ridiculous. I mean, that's crazy.
Okay, but again, that brings me back to it's weird the neighbors did not know her.
Yes.
She was so social. She put everything on. And there's videos where you can see Chris is like, yeah, she puts everything out there. Like, he's annoyed with how much she's putting out there.
Right. Like, because
And
Thrive was her business. To me, it was a cult. I'm sorry,
well,
not
yeah.
sorry. I will never mafia
No,
cult. Something
actually,
going on.
one of the brands that she sold, that, what is it called, LuLaRoe or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, are any of you familiar with the Sister Wives show?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, they have like all these wives or whatever, but it's, to me, that religion is almost cultish, but all of them,
You talking about polygamy or something, or whatever it is?
yeah, all of those women actually sell what Shanann was selling. That clothing line is what they sell. So I almost did wonder, yeah, if you go,
whoa,
the Brown women, Cody Brown and Robin Brown, all of them from the TLC show Sister Wives, they all sell that product, and they are, to me, that's very, that they're cultish, right? So yeah, I thought that was always interesting.
Yeah,
that she sold the same brand. Colorado is really known for their cults, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Yes, there you go. There's another odd, quote unquote, odd thing about this case. Yeah, and because she sold Thrive, you would think the first place she would start would be her neighbors if she ran out of
That's
friends.
what I'm saying.
And so,
is Betty the only one that had the neighborhood watch too?
Right. Yes, they did have a neighborhood watch. There you go. An HOA. I'm sorry, I have an HOA in my neighborhood. We all know each other because we all complain about it. So that, yeah, again, it makes that one guy, I've never seen her in my life, even more shady.
And they say they never seen her. Yeah, nobody's ever seen her. They don't know who they're talking about. But then Betty actually says, and she's pregnant, right? And the cop goes, well, how'd you know she's pregnant? And they said, we announced it at the neighborhood watch party.
Oh.
So how would you know that if you didn't watch her social media where she announced it then? If none of you knew her to talk to her like that, how did they know she was pregnant if they weren't watching her social media?
Right.
So how can you say you've never seen her before?
Right, exactly. It's almost like he was told not to say anything, in my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, for entertainment purposes. Yes.
I
don't know, it just doesn't make sense.
No, none of it makes sense. I do believe, they're pushing a narrative, and it's multiple people pushing this narrative, and the fact that they line it up to make it look like the making of a murderer, because people can be like, ooh, yeah, that does kind of align. That's what that reminds me of. I've had so many friends tell me, you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen that show on Netflix, Making of a Murderer?
I'm gonna have to watch that. I still have not watched it, even after Mr. Chair talking about it. Like, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've been told that. I was like, yeah, it does kind of sound like, I've watched some of it with my daughter. She's into all that. I'm like, it's almost like they're aligning the movie with the story so the public can relate to it more. They get more attention to the case, more money, more views. Think about it. I mean, there's so many things with this case that can generate money. That's
so many things.
I'm going with my husband. He's like, follow the money, follow the crime.
Like, try to think if there's, besides with Chris and his mistress, I don't know if I can say her name.
NK?
Besides their pictures, like at the sand dunes, when did you ever see a picture?
Her name, Megan. Only the R's I'm saying to code. Everyone else is fair game because she doesn't even own. She's not Nicole Kessinger no more. We don't care.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Megan. Say sand dunes.
Well, so besides the pictures with Kessinger or formerly known as Kessinger, and Chris, is there a video or a picture or a interview where Thrive wasn't being mentioned, or, a Thrive patch wasn't being worn by someone,
There's not.
NA was wearing one when on the Batacam footage, so, I mean, it Thrive, Lavelle, Thrive, everywhere,
yes,
all over this case. I mean, it was like huge publicity for Lavelle, huge.
And weren't they connected to some of the, just a rumor that I heard, Vivian and Blackstone and some of these stock owners in Anadarko, the two I guess the two head guys in Thrive, the only people that make money in Thrive.
Yeah, I made a video on that too. That's funny.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to really. I watched 2 of your videos and I really liked them.
But the Regina, I can never. She has like the longest name. Help me out. Do you know her name? Cher. It's something Regina Kali. Someone in chat, I don't know. But she's actually the one that came out with that information first, like a long time ago.
Wow.
And then I kind of just delved into it a little bit further in my video. But yeah, she's the one that found that link between Blackstone and because Blackstone had at the time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But Blackstone had shares with Anna Darko, and then 21st Century Fox, who also airs American Horror Story, and if anybody follows me knows my connection with that. So they also had shares. This was at the time. They also had shares with Anna Darko, and Blackstone actually. And we know, if you don't know about Blackstone, we know it's not the most. How do I say this? It's not the most. Okay, it's a corrupt company. Let's just say that. Blackstone's not a good company. So Blackstone owns Vivint. So with all that, so they're all connected. So that's pretty telling in itself, I think. Because why would, Vivint have shares with Anna Darko and 21st Century Fox have shares with Anna Darko, who also has all these connections to the case and all of this predictive programming? It's pretty odd, in my opinion.
I don't think it's odd at all.
You don't?
No. I think it's all connected. I do believe there is something to be said for Thrive's involvement in this case, and the owners and the stock. I think there's multiple hands in this. It's more than one person. Let's just put it that way. As far as the actual murders, I have my theories on that, but bringing the case out and the narrative, pushing the quote unquote narrative, there's many dirty hands in this, in my opinion. From the DA on down to Dwayne to Thrive, because there's too many connections. Do you feel that way?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I know Tammy wanted to try to call. She said the link's not working. She wanted to talk about, she's texting me. So I was going to try to 3-way her, but I don't know how to do that without losing you guys.
The link's not working. I've never had that happen to me. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't even know how to give her the link.
Yeah, I sent her the link.
I mean, I can try to send it to her from my messenger and see if she can get it like that.
Yeah, I sent it to her. It would be through Messenger because I sent it to Foxy.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll try. And you guys keep talking. I like Megan.
But I will say that after this case, after the murders happened, Vivint sales and Lavelle sales like skyrocketed. And I don't know if anybody knows like where to find like exact numbers. Like I've tried researching that. So if anybody does know like where you can find a company's, annual report or sales report or something like that. But I don't know if they make those available. Do you know? Like to the public? Does anybody know? Like a big company's like sales, like their annual sales report or something, are those made like available to the public? Like where can a person find those? Like if we wanted to know how much Lavelle made in 2018, is there a website somewhere where you can go and look up a company's like yearly sales?
Oh,
are we having like technical issues or something?
We lost one.
Share.
Oh, sure.
I'm texting Mia.
Apparently,
Wait.
True Tam has something big. I asked her. She called the doctor.
What? It's not letting me click on Michelle. The device is not connected, okay? I burnt my tongue on a jalapeno. Mia, I texted you a link. Would love you to come up here. Hey, Karen. Right, John. Leave Jim alone. Leave him out of here. Jim who? Babe, why does it says they need to connect their mic and cam before you can add them to the stream?
Yep, that'll happen.
Brr. Hey, Roxy Roller.
Jim changed his name to Midge.
He what? Midge.
Is Sky blue, by the way? I tried to mod her.
Yep.
I didn't know if it worked. Okay.
I
Oh, I
thought
thought
you
you
were
said, is
making a
the
joke
sky
at
blue,
first.
by the way? And I'm like, I don't know. Are we into science questions now? Okay. Technically, it's not really blue. It's just the way that your eyes perceive it with the reflection from the, I don't know, something like that.
No.
Is it still not working for them?
No. Oh, here's Mia. Hi, Mia.
Hi.
Hi, Mia.
Good idea.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hair's all messed up. I'm sorry, in my car. How are you doing?
Good. What do you think about none of the neighbors ever seeing her before? In 5 years of living there with children and dogs.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, how did Betty know so much about her? And then she knew like what they were doing for 6 weeks, and she even saw, I guess, Frank, her dad. Like, that's weird. But now, the only neighbors that knew her, that saw her, would be what, Nate and Betty. That is weird. Hey, which neighbors did they ask?
Like several different neighbors.
Oh wow.
And yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. I'll be back.
That's odd. I
Okay,
mean,
weirdo.
I'm not sure what to think about that.
Right? It's very weird. One of
I mean, I
them
don't
said
think they
that the
went
lights were
out
always
much.
off there, like nobody was home.
Really? For
Yeah.
5
And then you
years?
heard the cops say, this house is clean. It doesn't look like two toddlers live in this house. And that's true. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
it's too clean. Yeah, they said like, this is too clean. I know, that's really odd. And what's even weirder, you go to Google Earth. It's really weird that there's no house there on Google Earth.
Yeah.
There's no house at all. And they think like the house next to it would probably be Betty's, like not right next to it, but it'd be like the two homes to the left. But the whole lot, like that's like the whole space, like three of them, the three lots, and they don't belong. They're not there. They'd be there by now. It's just not normal. That's true. That is not
Mm-hmm.
normal.
In my opinion, the
And
ours are hiding something. That is
it
a
would almost
great
go with
opinion, Sammy.
Megan's theory in a way. Very strange. Because now they're saying like the house is worth. They just watched a video, experts on 635,000 is what it's being quoted. It's like no way the house is worth that. And why are they quoting it higher than anyone else's? And this guy's like, well, everybody knows about this house and the history, and they should automatically take 40% off because they're not going to sell it. But is there a house? Well, but then again, there is a house. But
John,
no,
curious
here,
who got Shenanwatt's Thrive Stock NA? I'm going to say no, just from what I've been told
her
over
mom.
the summer. Her mom still runs the Thrive in Shenan's name, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard from several different people, is it's still being ran in Shenan's name. So there's that.
What's your theory about the house? Not, I mean, the neighbor's not seeing them for 5 years.
Almost like it was just a stage home.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Just so you know.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, this is where, like, the house from North Carolina, there are only certain things that came. If you look at the furniture in that house and what's in the house and the one from North Carolina and the one in Colorado, only a few items are in this house in Colorado. One is that mirror that's in the living room. You notice, like, why would they take that out of the $20,000 worth of furniture? They just take that mirror. It's not like it's an antique or anything. It's just a plain mirror. I don't know. It's weird. I notice stuff like that. Just a mirror. I don't know.
Okay, so babe, I know you really don't care, but what are you thinking just from all this crap that I'm like slowing down and finding?
A lot of it's kind of like going over my head. Some of it is when you look at every little detail of anything, you can make it look suspicious.
That's
Like a
true
lot of the
too.
stuff people say, I don't understand that, but it makes perfect sense to me. But there is definitely some weird stuff going on with this. I can understand the neighbors not knowing
I like
what
to. I
what
have
they
to
were
watch a
told.
video to see which neighbors. You know. I'm sorry. Interrupt you.
Yeah, like I don't know. I could pick my neighbors, my close neighbors out by eye, but I don't know their names. But my neighbor down the street, no way. I have no idea who they are.
Same here. They probably want
Remember
to
the
know if
part?
I was live or dead.
I think it might be different though for like men and women. Like maybe he didn't, but again, they didn't ask the wife standing behind him.
Yeah.
That's true. If you're looking for someone, if you're that
So,
worried, if you're looking for people, then you might want to ask everybody, regardless.
right, every single person. Like I said, if there was 20 people in that house, I would have asked every single person in that house, in every single house, have you seen them? It was a
You should
pregnant
ask
woman.
the pizza delivery person. Like, if they deliver
Right.
pizza in that area all the time, then maybe they saw her, you know? So why didn't they
I
ask?
thought that too. They just kind of let her go up and then she just left. They didn't even, they had flyers in their hands and yeah, they didn't even ask her. So there's two other females that may have seen her before
And what's
standing
with
right
all
there and they
the
didn't ask
laughing? Like,
them.
there's so much laughing. It's always like everything's like so, oh, haha, you know, like just top of the morning to you. I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
maybe.
super lighthearted when, yeah,
I
it's
mean, I can
true.
understand that police officers, they probably deal with it all the time, so they're not. But it's kind of like a serious situation. So I don't understand what all the light banter is. I don't know, but that's just me.
Well, the only
Mhm.
other thing I could like, they said it's always dark. You've noticed like the shades they had, or the curtains rather. They were like those winter curtains. Like they stopped the light from coming in, so it makes it look dark. If you look in like Bella's room and Celeste's, looked really dark in there. And I know the kind they have. They um they hide the sunlight, but they keep it warm at the same time, and or keep it cool. They're like thermal. I actually have some. I just never put them up. They like sunlight. But that could be why too. It always looked dark. I mean, it's this type of house. Like, how would you know? Like, I mean, you'd have to come up close to see if. It's hard to tell if anybody was in the house and it looked dark. And uh, it's kind of odd. You probably wouldn't see lights on in there because everything's always closed. That's what I'm thinking. Closed up.
Hmm. Have any of you guys seen that? It's called the Murder Tapes. Like, I hardly ever watch TV, but there is some that I watch.
Uh-uh.
No. Wait, what happened to Michelle?
I'm not sure. She
Coming
couldn't. I was seeing her device wasn't connecting or something.
Huh.
No, I have a live coming up tonight, and anybody's welcome to join. It should be interesting, like, and you know what it's about. You ever notice with Tammy Lee, she she influenced like 25,000 people on Facebook. Like, she made a post after Chris Watts was arrested, and her husband did. Like, I mean, really, I don't know. She should have her job after something like that.
Wait, I'm sorry. She made a public post?
On Facebook, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
wrong.
watched it. I watched it off that site, Kim's site. I forget what her channel's called. Revelation, Chris Watt.
Yeah.
Revelation.
No, don't
And
even
it
shout
was
that
good.
channel. Don't even shout that channel out around here.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan. I just watched it, but no, it hurt the case. What happened, you know. And when they went to Dodge Correctional Facility, she did that so she wanted him to admit that he did it and Shanann didn't, you know. But they taped him without his consent. He didn't even know that she had a hidden mic on her. That's just wrong.
Happy
I mean,
birthday to your
I,
dad.
I,
Sorry for your loss.
I just want to know the truth. That's all. But no, I don't agree with her theory at all.
Yeah, I don't want to promote her channel at all either. I'm just going to say one thing. I'm just going to say take it with a grain of salt, and that's it. Because it's all hearsay, and
Well, this is actually
I know that there's those voice things that she's releasing too, but they sound really strange and really odd, and the whole timing of it and of her videos coming out and just everything, and why she's trying to convince us and not law enforcement or whoever else to get whatever justice they want for Chris. Like, it's highly suspicious to me. So yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, Dr. B, I was saying this before, and I think everyone heard me get trashed before, but them kids sure did sleep a lot, didn't they? They were sleeping like, yeah, it was a lot. Their naps were like a few hours, and then they were in bed super early, like at like 6:30 or 7, I believe.
Yes,
That's
7:30.
crazy.
7:30. Around 7:30.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's weird. So how long were they awake a
They're-
day? Like 7 hours a day or something? That's not normal. If that long, because they napped for like 3 hours every
Didn't they get up?
afternoon.
I thought they got up like around 4:30, 5 o'clock, didn't they? With Shanann.
Like maybe 5:30 or something.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. Even still, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they were taking it up at 11:30 in the afternoon. But if you're up at 5:30 and you're 2 years and 4 years old, I mean, they went to bed. I think it's 7:30, and I know other people that did that. You know, so but I didn't hear 6:30. That I don't know. I mean, maybe it's true. They did. I don't know. Now they were sick too for a little while because they had the adenoids removed. But that's another weird thing. They did the autopsy. They don't find the adenoids removed. They don't write that down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is odd. At Megan, we were looking at the autopsy. How do you miss that? They should see that they both had adenoidectomy.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew
I mean,
some
like,
people that put their kids to bed early. I mean, I couldn't do that with my son. He's just not going to stay in bed. Yeah, too much energy.
Mia, what time are you doing your live? Because I'm going to end this one here. I've got some stuff to do.
Well, I just have to, I'm just gonna make some hot dogs, baked beans, and then after that, because my son's hungry, then I could just do it. So probably like within an hour.
Okay.
I thought I'd be done, but
Oh, here's Michelle. Finally.
Hey.
I'm about to end this one, but you'll have to come back the next time I do this.
Okay.
You should go on Mia's. Mia's going to do one in about an hour, you guys. So you should watch for Mia's live and go over there and discuss this further.
yeah, it's real link. Yeah. I'm really curious now about these neighbors, 5 years. And it's really, to me, it's just odd why Google Earth still, they don't have pictures of the house.
Oh, Tam, I'm sorry. I will next time. I don't know if I have your actual phone number, but no, I can't put my link in the chat like that. I'm not going to be doing that. Because of idiots, but next time I'll send it to you. I'm going to end this one though. Thanks for coming, guys.
Okay, sorry I suck at this.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, bye. Bye, Mark. Rest your share, Megan. Bye.